My name is Mario Diaz, and today I'm going to be discussing the misconceptions behind bull riding, specifically misconceptions that talk about safety of the bulls and claim that bull riding is an inhumane sport. And today I have a solution to fix those misconceptions and to reveal what really happens behind bull riding. All right, so what is bull riding? A lot of people don't exactly know what it is, so I'm going to explain it really quick. Bull riding is a sport where riders get on a bull and they try to ride the bull for 8 seconds. The clock starts as soon as the bull's shoulder like exits the gate, exits the chute, then your time starts. The rider's trying to ride the bull for 8 seconds and get the highest score. So the rider himself is scored out of 50 points and the bull is scored out of 50 points. So the better form the rider has, the better the score, and the more the bull bucks, the better the score. That way, it's more even. In case one rider gets a worse bull but does really good, he doesn't win just because the bull wasn't bucking that hard. So if they both gets a score out of 100, and the winner is the person with the highest score. If you don't get 8 seconds, you don't get a score. So you need to get at least 8 seconds to get scored at all, or else you get a 0. And it's not a super popular sport. It's only popular among certain demographics, and that's why there's many misconceptions about it. And so I am here to dispel said misconceptions. One of the main misconceptions when it comes to bull riding is the way that both the flank rope and the bull ropes are used. So it is normally believed that the flank rope is tied around the bull's testicles, and that is what provokes them to buck. This simply is not true. The flank rope is tied around the bull's waist. It is not painful to the bull whatsoever. It is not tied super tight, which when you work with the bulls, is a fact. They're very easy to undo, and I think that's an important thing to make clear, that it's not tied around the testicles. It just encourages the kicking motion. And the bull rope also is not tied extremely tight. It's tied tight enough that it can't move up and down, but it's not meant to hurt the bull. In fact, this one's not even meant to cause discomfort. This is just a handle for the bull rider to hold on to. So while the ride is happening, there's no pain that is being like the bull isn't really experiencing any pain whatsoever while the ride is happening. Another piece of equipment that is believed to be harmful towards the bull would be spurs and rowels in particular. So spurs are the part that actually attach to the boot, and the rowel is the end piece, the piece that you're actually putting against the bull. So but these are pretty much used to keep your feet in place. In bull riding, it is really important that your feet stay still in order to have a good ride. So you need something that helps you keep your feet there. So these spurs aren't sharp enough. They're not sticking into the bull. Well, in a sense that they're not puncturing the bull. They are being against it, and you are squeezing in order to keep your feet there. They're not sharp enough to really injure the bull. They're not sharp enough to... There are instances where if the bull is ridden too much at a certain time, that yes, it could happen, but this doesn't happen. It's rare that, especially in professional settings, this just doesn't happen. Spurs are not sharp enough to cause any real damage. They're just made to keep your feet in place, and that's pretty much it when it comes to spurs and rowels. Okay, so another big concern when it comes to bull riding is, well, if it's not the equipment that's making them buck, why do these bulls buck? What really is causing it? Or some people think the bull's hit, abused, and it's all these things that provoke the bull to buck. And the truth is, they do these motions when they're calves. It is a natural movement for them. You could see in this picture the little bucking calf. It's genetics. So bucking bulls tend to breed bucking calves. It's pretty common. That's why another reason these bulls are treasured. There's a lot of incentive to keep these bulls safe because they're worth a lot of money. These bulls are very expensive, and their genetics are very important. So normally they get a great retirement, and then they have calves, and they buck since they're babies. That's how you know you're gonna have a good bucking bull. Is you can tell from birth. So if they don't do this, they normally don't become bucking bulls, and it's all genetics. So the bull isn't hit and abused. That's not the reason they buck. It's a natural movement. It's just instinctual. And so I proposed this documentary idea to the PRCA, Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, and PBR to make a documentary pretty much following these bucking bulls from calves to show how this is natural movement for them, that they don't need to be provoked to do this, and follow them along their road from them training to them being at smaller rodeos to hopefully making professional rodeos, whether that be from the PRCA or PBR, but making their way to the professional circuit and then follow these bulls to retirement. I think that's really important because a large majority of these bulls make it to retirement. Injury in the sport is very low, and the PBR even has it that life-threatening injuries for these bulls occurs at a rate of 0.004%. It is extremely rare that these bulls face serious injuries, and even career-ending injuries is one every 5,000 outings. They are rare. The bull is very safe. His threat of injury is very low. So they almost always make it to retirement, and they live amazing retirements. There's so much incentive to keep these bulls safe because of how much they're worth that they are treated great. They are like always treated great, and I think a documentary following the bull's life will show that. I should be posted to YouTube because that has it's the easiest to do, cheapest to do. The budget would already be estimated at 70 grand to 300 grand. That would be the budget of a documentary that doesn't have the most professional production, but since it's going to YouTube, it doesn't need to have streaming service level production. We just need something that's good enough to follow these bulls from birth to retirement. And then it'd be posted to YouTube where anybody could view for free. And the idea would be to collab with creators who maybe aren't big in the space, because then that then pushes bull riding to audiences that it normally wouldn't touch. And this brings popularity to the sport, but more importantly, it brings a better reputation to the sport. That way it's not tainted from misconceptions and lies.